Hey, I'm Jordan Amiola, and this lesson comes straight from my 3-act story structure course. You can find a link to the course in the video description. Now, let's get right into Act 3 story structure. After the all is lost moment, your hero has been beaten down, but they are still alive, and where there's a will, there's a way. Your team will assemble and work together here. In The Incredibles, Violet helps the family escape from Syndrome's lair, and they decide to fight Syndrome together for the first time as a family. Before this, Mr. Incredible was working alone and hiding it from his family, but not anymore. Now, everyone is a part of it. In Alien, Ripley decides to self-destruct the spaceship. There's no way she's letting the alien get to Earth. She'll fly out in an escape pod and let the alien blow up in the spaceship behind her. In The Matrix, the comeback is when Neo and Trinity go and save Morpheus. Sometimes, your hero would join forces with someone else they didn't get along with before, so they can take down a common enemy. In Warm Bodies, the zombies and the humans join forces to take down the Bonies. In these pages, you want to give your hero a small glimpse of hope after they experience their all is lost moment. In The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Midge goes back to the comedy club where her husband bombed hours before so she can get her Pyrex. When she's there, the mic becomes open, and Midge drunkenly stumbles to it and tells the audience about how her husband packed up her suitcase and left her. She makes the audience laugh and wins them over. She's not really trying to do so, but the manager of the club, Susie, sees that this woman is something her husband isn't. Midge is naturally funny. After her so-called set, Susie goes from stranger to Midge's new manager and friend, the only person who will truly be on Midge's side. The middle of Act 3 is where you have your big event. This is the section where you pin your protagonist and antagonist against each other for the final fight. Focus on the big event or mission that your heroes must win. In Happy Gilmore, it's the PGA Championship. In every Rocky movie, it's the fight between Rocky and the villain of that movie. Pretty much in any sports movie, this is the championship or the biggest game the team has to win. If you're writing a superhero film, this is the big fight between superhero and supervillain. In Spider-Man, it's Spider-Man versus the Green Goblin. In Iron Man, it's Tony versus his business partner, Obadiah Stane. In Wonder Woman, it's Diana versus Ares, the god of war. The entire movie has led to this epic fight between good and evil. In Whiplash, Andrew is determined to prove he can do the drum solo, and he does that in front of everyone. In the Parks and Recreation episode, Andy and April's Fancy Party, this is where we see Andy and April get married. In Alien, Ripley thought she was safe in the escape pod, but she finds out the alien is there too. Now, she has to get the alien out of the escape pod. In Independence Day, after our heroes learn how to break the barriers of the UFO, it's an all-out battle between aliens and all of humankind. Even the President of the United States goes in the battle. Try to have a final surprise, or several of them. In Happy Gilmore, as Happy is about to do his final putt, a tower falls and blocks his shot. Now he has to take the shot with the tower in the way. In Dodgeball, after Vince Vaughn gets hit, it looks like the game is over and Globo Gym has won. But then, surprise, we find out Ben Stiller stepped over the line. The referee calls a penalty. Now, Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn do sudden death dodgeball. The protagonist and antagonist are pinned against each other. If your big event has already started, this is where your hero will fight the best of the best. In The Hunger Games, after Rue is killed, there's only 6 players left, and they all die one by one. In the very end, it's only Katniss and Peeta. The Capitol tries to kill them both by changing the rules and releasing large mutts that are created by the Capitol to use against the rebels. When Katniss and Peeta refuse to kill each other and instead plan a double suicide by eating poisonous berries, this forces the Capitol to concede, and they announce that they have both won the games. After your big event and the big bad is destroyed, it's time to wrap up all your storylines. If you have any B storylines, try to wrap these up as well. If your B story was a love story, either give your main characters a happy ending or a not so happy ending. In The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Midge's old life may be over, but her new life in comedy is just about to begin. In The Godfather, we see the complete story arc of Michael. He went from the person who didn't want to be involved in the family business to now officially becoming the new Godfather. In Psycho, Norman Bates is finally found out for who he is. In Star Wars, A New Hope, all the main characters are given medals, and the galaxy is safe for now until the Empire Strikes Back. It often helps if your ending can circle back to your opening. In Happy Gilmore, we start at the grandma's house and we end at the grandma's house. In The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy started in Kansas and now she's finally back home in Kansas. 8 Mile starts with a rap battle and ends with a rap battle. But we see how much Rabbit has changed. In the beginning, he froze on stage, but in the end, he makes the other guy freeze on stage. After you write and wrap up your storylines, it's time to rewrite and then get your story out there. If you like this lesson, you can find it in even more detail in my Act 3 Story Structure course. You can find a link to the course in the video description or inside the Screenwriting Success Club on Skool. Subscribe for more screenwriting and storytelling videos.